Derby. I think we're live now. Hi guys, Real United Talk. My name is David Riggs. Just a quick post-match video to almost discuss the game that we've just all unfortunately had to sit through. Oh man, that was first off, just straight off the bat, not holding any punches. That was painful. That felt like a pre-season game. If you'd offered me before the match, would I have taken the draw? I would have probably not, because City obviously aren't in the best form at the moment. We're actually above them, and I don't. That was. I don't want to be the guy that always comes on this channel as negative, but it seems to be like I always seem to get the negative matches. Um, but yeah, man, that game absolutely sucked. I mean, this is just more my opinion. But you guys in the live comments, you guys might feel differently. Guys might think United controlled the game, and you know, each their own. This channel is literally all about opinions. Now, up to a point, I think that we did play well to a point. I think we controlled the game kind of well. I just didn't think there was enough tempo. There was not the game. I said it numerous times on Twitter. The game was there to be won. That was more frustrating than anything. I think City had the better of the chances, or the whole one-on-ones. I don't think we created many clear-cut opportunities, but I think they had the better of the chances. But I'd say we had more. We controlled the game a little bit more. Chris Montague's put shocking, boring, cowardly from all they're playing for a draw home when we want to see a reaction, not acceptable. Yeah, that's the one, Chris. I completely agree with you on that one. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm literally behind Ollie 100%. I find it difficult to not be. But even in my opinion, that was not what you wanted to see, especially after just going out in midweek. And Rashford said it a couple of days ago. If there's one game you want to be playing after a disappointing result, it's the Manchester Derby. If you can't get up for that, and it was, I don't know. I found it was really, that was one of the weirdest derbies I've ever witnessed. It really was. It was almost as weird as the time when we played City at home, and it pretty much meant that if City beat us, they would go on to win the league, and if we beat City at home, then Liverpool go on to win the league. It was almost like that, in the fact that you're like, it just had a really weird atmosphere about it. Whether the fact that last season when we played them, we obviously, that was the last match we played with fans, and then obviously we had this with North. I don't know. It was just a really, really, really weird match. And I mean, I'll put it out to the live comments. If let's try and take away the fact that we're disappointed in this. If somebody came up to you now and said before this match, I'll give you a draw, didn't say what kind of draw it's going to be, would you have taken it? I've got to admit, I don't think I would, because like I said, I don't think City are in the best of form. It was like a bladed defence. Yeah, it was very much like a pre-season game. It was weird. Honestly, that was one of the weirdest matches I've ever seen. I mean, the fact that even like taking into account at the end of the first half, there was 1 minute of extra time, and at the end of the second half, there was 2 minutes of extra time. Gary Neville said that shows you how much of an entertaining or the game that might have actually been. We've got Dear in the live comments. Dear says, sorry I'm out of the show today. What a disgraceful performance, Riggers. Yep, completely agree. And then we got VIP Mark with the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for that, Mark. Yeah, and that brings me another thing. I lost fibre on that. I had Bruno Fernandes to score, Man City, United to win, and Bruno Fernandes to get booked. So my ideal scenario would have been Maxine Parker virtual hug. That's my fiance. Anyway, and that was she's thrown me off there. The best scenario would have been for me would have been Bruno Fernandes banging that top corner in the last minute of the game, whipping his top off. That would have been fantastic for me. But obviously, it didn't happen. I think bad decision making played a factor in how we played today. I don't think anybody necessarily had a good game. I did find it very weird. I don't know if anyone else noticed it. Around the 70th minute, I noticed that Fred was still standing there with his hand on his hip. So if it's still bothering him, why is he still allowed to continue? Really, really weird decision, that. And also, like I said, going back to decision making, fair enough. If Bruno Fernandes would have scored that in the last minute, we'd have all been going off or not. But the fact of the matter is, it's the 90th minute of the game. You've got players running into the box. He cuts onto his left, onto his weak foot, and tries to strike from 30 yards out. I mean, I love Bruno. Absolutely adore the guy, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes maybe pick the easier pass than that. Now, obviously, Pogba's going to be a big topic. Rashford should have scored, to be honest. Yes. Obviously, that Pogba's going to be in the news. I don't think Pogba had a particularly good game. I don't think he had a particularly bad game. He was very average. I think he did certain things well, but I think it was same again as Bruno. Whenever it went into the final third, he almost made the wrong decision. I think he played a few good passes over for Fernandes, but before a minute, Diaz put no desire, no. They were a great bravo. They were just about to kiss each other probably in the dressing room. Yeah, well, let's hope they didn't. COVID and all that. That was a boring match. It was just an average match. Yeah, obviously we've talked about that. Now, one thing that really did irritate me, and like I said at the beginning of this, I'm not normally one to get an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back, but the guy needs to realise this is the thing that's irritating me so much. We had Van de Beek sat there on the bench. Do you know what I mean? I think he only made one sub. Change the game. Make a change to go out there and win the game. VIP was slated for shooting 3 yards at the end of the week's game. We did it this week. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Mark. I mean, I don't agree. If it goes in, it looks fantastic. But if it doesn't, you look a fool. It's kind of like people that shoot from the halfway line and try and get it. It's sometimes once out of a million it's going to go in and you're going to look like a genius. But not all the time it's not going to do. How on earth did we not bring on subs? Exactly. I mean, it's just the frustrating thing is the game was there to be won, and this feels like 2 points dropped and not 1 point gained. That's the weird thing, Jatemans. And that's the weird thing. It's not very often you're going to say that about Man City and United, is it? Not very often you're going to say about a derby there playing City. A draw's not good enough, and in reality, it's not. I don't think Rashford had the best of games. Martial came on, didn't really have a lot of time to really do anything. Greenwood looked very isolated. I don't really like him being that far out wide. I'd almost prefer him to be like almost standing next to Bruno. I think he does his best work in and around that D. Don't think he does well from the wing, unless he's closer in. But same again. Wan-Bissaka. Now, Wan-Bissaka had a really weird game. And I love Wan-Bissaka, but I found defensively that first half, he was really, really shaky. He was doing some really weird shit. I think, like I said, Raheem Sterling, he's got Sterling in his back pocket. Sterling sent him to the shop. And that was not a good omen. But then I think in the second half, he come better. Came on. Shaw played really well today, actually, which is strange because I'm not a big Shaw lover. It did surprise me that he was taking corners. I thought he actually delivered quite a few good corners. I mean, that one where he nearly scored from Lindelof, playing it on to McTominay, I think he was unlucky in that. De Gea was just De Gea. Nothing really to do, a lot. Maguire and Lindelof, I thought, were okay. McTominay, same again. I thought he maybe should have scored his chance. Maybe call it unlucky because it obviously bobbles over him. Fred, I think Fred did well, but maybe he should have gone off. Maybe McTominay or Fred should have gone off towards the last 10 minutes and you just go for it rather than going, I've got the point. So I think now Fernandes was pretty much non-existent, I'm going to say. I thought we got the penalty, but instantly I was like, as soon as I seen the ball get played over, I thought I think he's offside here, but obviously he was. We can't do anything about that, but we shouldn't be relying on penalties to win games anyway. So, and then Greenwood, same again, isolated, didn't really do much. So, Yeah, I mean, maybe in a couple of days' time, the cold light day, we'll look at this back and think, maybe a point won't be so bad. Maybe at the end of the season, when we look back, maybe, this point is the difference between us getting into the top four, us, I'm going to comment on it says, us winning the title. You never know, do you? I mean, we're a couple of points off top with a game in hand, so you never know. So chance would be a fine thing, but they all count. I just think maybe we should have done better with this one. But like I said, in the cold light of day, in a couple of days' time, maybe we'll look back at this and say, you know what, point to point. It's a good one. It's just the manner of which it came. I mean, I wouldn't have even minded it if it had to be a draw. If it had to be a draw, at least give us a score draw. A 0-0 draw is one of the most. It literally is the worst result. It's so boring. You want to see a goal. You want to see goals. That's why we watch football. Nobody ever watches football to see how good defending is. You watch football to see goals get scored. So yeah, I'm just I'm just disappointed. But yeah, so a couple of things before I wrap this up. We have me and Marcus and everyone else has managed to put together a PayPal because we did have people the other day asking how to make donations to the channel. I just need to figure out how to set it up on the YouTube. So it is there for people if you ever do want to donate, how little, how small, until when we get to 1,000 subs. You can't really do it through here. If we ever do get there, I'm hoping we do. Anything else? Yeah. I don't know whether Mark's. I think you have finished your Predictor League now, won't you, Mark? It's a shame this went on earlier, otherwise we could have looked at that. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget, if you are watching this back, please give it a like and maybe subscribe. Share it with your friends. It does massively help us out. We are literally a fan-run channel. We don't get paid for this. We literally just do it because we love United and we've got nothing else better to do. But yeah, Diaz put, I think we won this. We could have had a chance for a title shot, but no, now I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. It's really close. Yeah, but going back to it, like I said, we don't do this for money. We don't do this for fame. We do this because we love United. And I feel like we're gaining a bit of momentum. So yeah, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. And even if you don't like what you see, just like it anyway. Don't cost you anything. Do it now. There, press it, press it. There, somewhere down there, press it now. Anyway, not a problem. Thank you very much for everyone that's watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay sexy, stay safe.